How are you doing? How are you? Today, I want to share with you the amazing things that, you know, in the last years I've been studying a lot wildlife. I have a certain fascination with wildlife and nature. This is one of the main reasons why I called the group my project Sweet Beaches. Keep you sweet but be more of a beach, which is misspelled on purpose because I found bees are an amazing animal and without them we will not survive for much longer. Anyway, today I am going to put bees aside for the time being because today I'm going to talk about another fascinating animal. It's a big cat, a wild big cat. Actually, it's nice when it's wild. It's so sad when they're kept into zoo or captivities. But they are wild animals and it's lovely when you see them free. Anyway, the thing is, have you ever heard about totem animals or spiritual animals? I love the concept, and basically it says that we have all some kind of connection to animals, which I totally agree with. And there are some animals that in certain times of your life might be more closer to you than others. And not always they are cool. Sometimes can be just an ant or a mouse, but other times you can relate much more to a bear, a whale, or leopard as for today. So I find the concept very fascinating, and I love reading and researching whenever I have a particular encounter with an animal that might be even common. Like sometimes here in England we have many crows, and sometimes they just behave in a weird way, so I like to dig down and deeper what it might mean. I like this magical aspect of life. It fascinates me. And so let's crack on with the leopard. And all my research, I found so many interesting things, which I'm going to share with you. I have all my notes here, and I'm going to explain to you more about this fascinating animal. And I'm going to explain them from a personality point of view because I'm not an expert in biology or anatomy of a cat or anything like that. I had cats most of my life, but cats are a domestic leopard basically, and much more easier to handle. So if you're fascinated by leopard, maybe consider to foster a cat and see if it works out. I believe it's better always to start with fostering than adopting a pet, because then you will really see that if you have what it takes to have a pet, because it requires some work. It's so rewarding if you're the right person, but some people realize that it's not the right time to have a pet, and it's fine. But with fostering it's much easier because then you can always back out of it easier, while when you adopt it's supposed to be for life of the animal. Anyway, so leopard comes in different colors. Some of them have spots, some of them are gold color, some of them are black leopard. Is so fascinating. And they all have a common trait. You can find them in Africa, Asia, and America, especially South America. Unfortunately, they are really endangered species. They are endangered for different reasons, because habitat loss, because we are expanding with the farming territories. They get killed by farmers because, being carnivores, they eat chickens and sheep and stuff. And the farmers can't afford to lose stock because they are not very well paid usually. So they can't afford to lose. So some of them get killed by farmers. But the saddest part of them is when people kill them for trophy hunting, for their skin or their heads, and it's so sad. Or for Chinese medicine, that's another reason, because Chinese medicine believes that these bones have some special properties which are not scientifically proven. But the trophy hunting is also a massive one, which unfortunately is more common than I wish for on many animals, and leopards are one of them that are endangered. by trophy hunting, which I totally disagree with. I don't see the point of killing an animal with a weapon. I don't know. I've tried to use a weapon like gun in a safe environment at the shooting place. What's it called? When I was younger, and I learned it in a few hours. So it doesn't take anything special, and no special skills apart of having a firm hand and a good teacher. So the teacher I had back in time was a Navy Marine, American Navy Marine. So it doesn't really take anything special to hunt. And I don't understand why they consider trophy hunting. It's nothing special. You have a weapon. If you get a mosquito with a weapon, then that's more impressive. But a big animal is not impressive. I don't know. I really don't understand hunting and the fascination with it. Anyway, leopard. Leopards are very much self-confident. They are very wise animals, and they are very courageous in the face of adversity. Like, as a spirit animal, many websites have the same information or similar, so to them going to go very fluid. And take whatever sits well with you. You don't need to take everything with you, because some stuff might not be relatable to you, because maybe you're picturing a golden panther right now, or a black panther, a leopard, leopard. But leopard also have spots, and if you picture one leopard with the spots, then it's like accept your spots and use them as your strengths, which you can metaphorically interpret like accept yourself as you are right here, right now. You are unique. Nobody else has the exact same number of spots in the same exact locations. And there are not two leopards that are identical the same, not even when they come from the same litter. And so as humans, there is no two humans that are exactly the same, not even twins. There has never been someone in this planet exactly like you. And there will never be another one like you. So we are all unique with our own weaknesses and strengths. And I wanted to ask you to stop hiding from the world for your own perceived weaknesses. Show up everything and show up to the world with your own voice, with your own authenticity. And the leopard can help you to reach your dreams of, because everything you dream of, you have the power and the strength to accomplish it. Otherwise, it won't be your dream. If you have this dream, it's something you can work on. And sometimes you think you have a dream that is XYZ, but while you're reaching it, you realize that it's somewhere else slightly different, and that's fine. In fact, leopard wants you to be flexible. So you need to be ready to change the direction if it's in your best interest of everybody involved. But this has happened to me many times. I thought I wanted something and I didn't get it, but I got something else, and turns out that thing was even better. For example, I did study drama school when I was younger, and I always regretted it to stop it. I stopped to study when I was quite young, and I tried to study back, but very as a hobby. And recently, in the last few years, I kind of regretted to never try to become an actress, like a professional one. But now I realize that I was never meant to be an actress, because even if I love that acting, I want to do it as a hobby, not as a career. So life kind of like nudged me in another direction, which were much better for me. I am now a therapist and a clinical hypnotherapist and a speaker, and I love my job. And the acting bit is always useful, because acting teaches you body posture, language, tone, and how to have a presence. And you can have these skills useful for your presentations live with people, or now I've used these skills whenever I did a video. So these episodes of being nudged in a slightly different direction has happened oftentimes. And leopard wants you to understand that those change of direction are fine. If you're flexible and resilient, you will change faster, and you will modify your goal accordingly. Also because goals and dreams, they tend to modify within time. Something we wanted 10 years ago, we want it slightly different. Maybe we want the same kind of thing, but definitely, for example, this is very true for relationships. You don't want the same exact kind of relationship you wanted 10 years ago. You now have much more mature taste, you have more experience, you have cut out a series of partners, potential partners that are not for you because you have experimented the type and you have found those are not suitable for you, and so you have cut them out, and now with experience you can sniff them from far away and you're not interested into them. So this is something that is okay. It's okay to amend and modify your journey. Also, Leopard teaches you the importance of persistence and patience, and when you want to attain your goals, and when you plan for your goals, it's easy. Always keep it easy to change direction if you need to. And Leopards want you to know that you are overcoming your current struggles through perseverance and ability and balance. And leopards are kind of a paradox. They have plenty of paradox because they are bold, but they're very reclusive animals. They don't hang out in groups. If you see a group of leopards, it's a mom and the cubs, but they don't hang out together otherwise. They are adaptable, but they love routines. And these routines, unfortunately, make them easier target for hunters because they usually go at the same time, a daily walk and maybe in a X direction at the same time. So they're quite predictable, which make it hard for them to survive because hunters just know their routines. Leopards are very powerful, but they don't need to show it to anybody. And like you, if whenever you need to feel strong and powerful, you can call or emulate the body language of a leopard. But there is no need for you to shout it to the world, to all the people you meet. It's, I'm strong, I'm powerful. Because you don't need to share it. It's something you know, and you don't need to convince anyone else. And leopards are great hunters. They have this patience and they have these cunning abilities to stalk their prey. They can be motionless while they're stalking a prey, and they slow down and they take a step at a time. And this is something we should do more in this fast-paced world. We should really learn how to take life slower and take a step at a time. They are not considered very spontaneous animals, even if they appear so at first, but they are always thinking, calculating. If you have cats in your life, picture a cat that is spontaneous. Not so much. I had cats and dogs in my life, and dogs are much more spontaneous. When I arrive home, recognizing my voice or the noise of the car, they will be like, "Hey, mama, you're back. Happy. Very spontaneous. The cat always are very affectionate, but not as much as dogs. My cats will be more like, "Oh, mama is back." One will come to say me hello. The other one will be, "No, actually, I'm very comfortable right here, right now. So, no, I'm not coming to say hello, but I recognize, I see you coming home. Nice to see you. I'm back to sleep." And I guess this is what's same in their cousins leopards. They are very resilient and adaptable animals, and change comes easy to them. And if you're changing jobs or you're changing house, city, emulate the leopard and change will be easier for you because they can live anywhere. They live in forests, deserts, mountains, and the shrubs, in coastal shrubs. So they are very adapt animals, and they can live high in the mountains with terrible weather, very cold weather or very hot weather. And they have plenty of skills. They have amazing observation skills. They are maybe a bit overconfident, but then again,